Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. One of my most favorite days of the week. Why? Because got men's Bible study tonight. It's virtual, it's on Zoom. If you're a dude and you'd like to do some Bible study with some other dudes, feel free to reach out to me and I'll get you the link, the information. At 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we typically go for about an hour unless we run our lips for a little bit afterwards. But typically it's an hour. Started this maybe about a month ago here. So if you're looking to, it's a little bit different twist on it, right? It's a dudes only. We get to talk about things to make us better guys, and we use the Bible as a resource for that. So if you're open to learning, if you want to attend Bible study, just reach out. Phone number is 314-498-7688. Just let me know who you are and that you'd like to attend, or if you have a dude or male or man in your family who might be looking for a place to do some men's Bible study, feel free to reach out and we'll get them connected and see if this is a home for Bible study. Anyway, so jumping right into this, does copy trading work? Does copy trading work? If you don't know me, my name's Forrest Knight, social media marketing strategist, coach, trader. Love helping people make money, period. That's sort of my mission, is to help 1,000 families create at least a six-figure regular annual income, whether that's passive or active or whatever it needs to be, maybe a combination of both, is to get them plugged in to help them do that. So said that to say this, without any further ado, our platform, our trading academy, offers a myriad of, as you went over them last night, there was like 8 different resources that you can copy trades from, right? One of my favorites is copying the gold trades. It has a very, very good win ratio. I'm going to do a quick screen share. I'm going to show you from yesterday, and then I'm going to come in and talk about what happened yesterday. So if you'd like to take a look and a little bit more deep dive on exactly what this is, if you're thinking about, man, I'd like to learn how to trade, but I want to make money doing it, then this is the place to do it. The cool thing about it is our platform is very robust, has awesome educators. You've got recorded sessions, you've got live sessions, you've got all that kind of stuff. So learning to trade can be a skill that can definitely change your life. We have stock options classes. We have crypto classes. We have guys that specialize in indices, guys and gals that specialize in indices trading, Forex trading, gold trading, and crypto, like I said, and stock options. So you have a plethora of places that you can choose from. Let me put my phone on silent mode here so it's not pinging the entire time. Let me jump over here. I'm going to show you the trade from yesterday. Then we just got another trade that was dropped this morning. And then, of course, our AI bot is just dropping trade ideas like nuts just all day long, just boom, 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 boom. So got a lot going on here. And I think being blessed with the opportunity here just about 3 years ago to jump into this field and realizing that, man, I wish I would have done this 10 years ago. Well, I'm here today, right? I'm 61 and doing pretty good for myself. So let me screen share this. I'm going to run over some numbers with you. And I say facts tell and stories tell. Sometimes facts tell the stories, right? So hopefully this will make a little bit of sense to you. Say, hey, man, that's pretty good. Of course, our academy is ridiculously affordable. You get one good trade in this in one day in 15 minutes, and you'll be able to pay for your academy probably for a year. So what I did, let me get me out of the way here. What I did here is I track everything, right? And I tell people you can call it a log, a journal, or whatever. I track and measure everything I do. I put this on a spreadsheet so I can do this. And I only do this primarily with the pairs that I trade, right? And this is one of those. This is gold. You can see there's a lot of stuff gold, and I track everything. I take a screenshot of this and I put in my little journal. It says gold trade signal idea dropped 3/18/24 at 9:14 a.m. Central Standard Time, right? And we've got what they call as when he drops the trade signals, which looks like these over here, right? You cannot go and try to enroll in this channel because you can't get into these channels without having access and having a membership and a super top secret double handshake password to get in here. So you can't do that. So don't try to go search for this and find these to try and cheat yourself in the back door and get some free trade ideas. That's not ethical and it's not cool. So anyway, said that to say this. This is a trade idea that was dropped yesterday. It's completed. It has been completed already, and it's ran all the way through and basically entered in, like I said, right about 9:14 right here. It came down and it hit the TP1 position, which is this one here. I track 30 pips. I call it 30 pips and split. That's a thing that I got. Come down here and hit that. Hit TP2, not yet. It came back up, had some drawdown for about 35 pips, then came back down and hit the TP2 position for 50 pips. Went through my 75 pip position as well. I tracked that and then hit the TP3 in here. And you'll notice I've got some numbers in here, right? our TP1 positions, or these TP1 positions, hit 83% of the time. So basically, if you took 20 of these gold trades, you're going to get 16 of those. There's going to be wins and 4 of them is going to be losses, right? Again, it's wins versus losses. TP3, if you hit the 30 pips, is a little bit lower percentage rate to get to 30 pips. But again, you've got a huge win rate there. Just about the same. It's not too far off from the 20 pips, but 30 pips, a little bit more money. What do pips mean? So typically, I did a little math over here, 10 pips plus the lot size. So one lot size, if you're trading at one lot size, I'm not recommending this. You got to do this based on your account size, your risk level, and all that side, and risk tolerance. I know I'm talking really fast, but you've got one lot size equal to about $100. So if you went 20 pips, right, 10 pips is equal to, and one lot's equal to 100. So if you went 20 pips, this would be $200. This would be $300. Again, at one lot, this would be $300. This would be $50. This would be, $200, $300, $500, $750, and $1,000 if you were trading at one lot size, minus any commissions that your broker would take. That's what you're looking at. So you've got to weigh the risk and the closing percentage rate. So we've got an 83%, a 76%, a 60%, a 50%, a 47%. So if you just entered this, if you just took this trade and said, I'm just going to enter at the trade execution, I'm going to go to TP3, and I don't track TP4 or anything below that. I just do TP3, right? Because the percentages are too low, and I just don't, right? So TP3 is where I max out for 100 pips. If you track this and you come down here, again, out of let's say 10 trades, you've got about a 4%, which means you might lose 6 of those. So you've got to do the math. Is it worth it, right? You've got to do the math and do the math there and add that up. Of course, you've got different lot sizes, and lot sizes can reduce your risk of how you want to trade. Maybe you don't want to risk losing a lot because your drawdown or your stop loss is going to be on the same pippage. So if you enter a trade at 0.065, right, your win is going to be at 0.65, but it's also in a loss. And again, if it goes to the stop loss is up here at a little bit higher than this. I just did this for drawdown pips. But if it does hit your stop loss, wherever that is, you've got to figure out how much you want to risk per trade based on the closing percentage, right? And this goes with any trade that you're doing. It's not just gold. It's not just anything else. You've got to figure out what you want to trade and what you want to do for each one of the trades that you're working on. So it's a matter of, do I want to do this? Do I want to do? You could literally just take the TP1 position and earn money 8 out of 10 times. That's a really good win ratio. So let's take a look at the trade idea that they just dropped today. Let me screenshot this really quick and grab that and download the image. And then we're going to go in and take a look at the trade idea that was just dropped today. So I'm going to clear all these drawings off of here. And we're going to come in and take a look at the trade that was done today that was dropped here at 9:09 a.m. Let's see, it's already hit the TP1 position. They move really fast. So on these trades, most of them are like an immediate execution. When they jump onto my phone, I jump in and grab them really quick and just immediately execute, enter the positions, and I'm off and running. Here, let's see where we're at. Oh, sweet. So it's 1,058. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, let me blow this up a little bit so we can take a look at this. Let me take a look at this here. So here's the entry position. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come back. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the logging stuff here, but it's a long position. Entry was 2151. 2151 was an even number. Entry was right about here. I come in and do these. So 2151 was entry. My first TP1, I'm going to go ahead and enter TP3 at 2161. 2161. And then my stop loss down here. Stop losses are usually pretty big, so you've got to give yourself some room. 2145.44. 2145.44. Again, the stop losses on these are a good 55 pips. So you got to give yourself some room. So that's what it looked like. Entry was right here, right at this point at about 9:09. So it was right in this time frame here. I'm on the 15-minute chart. As you can see, it went up. It clearly hit TP1, TP1 position, which was 2153, which was right about here. Let's see, 2153, which was TP1. Dropped in, so it hit TP1. You can see price hit TP1. Let's see where TP3, I think it hit TP2 already. TP2 is another 50 pips up. Let's see, 2156. Oh, not quite there yet. So 2156 is right here. 2156, and that's TP2. So, and that's what the trade looked like. So when this trade was dropped this morning, you get a signal dropped right into your phone through Telegram. We've just launched an app, so it's going to actually start coming through the app here pretty quick. But this trade is dropped through Telegram. You immediately hit the execute and enter this trade, right? Then you'd go in and enter the TP1 position. If you do that, right, as long as you're in the blue or in the green or in the positive, you're running. So you've got a nice deal. I'm pretty sure the 30 pip position was hit as well. So let's see here. Yep, 30 pips was hit. So I can come down here and put in my little 30 pip line. This is what I do every time I do a trade. It gets a little bit messy, but that's okay. And that's 30 pips was right here. So it actually hit the 30 pip position, right? And let's go back in and let's see what was TP3 2161. And that's it. And depending on which one of those positions that you set yourself up to, like again, going back to the math earlier, going back to the math that we talked about just a little bit earlier in this live, we know the percentages, right? We know the percentages for doing this are pretty good. We know the percentages. A TP1 was 83%, 76% for 30 pips, which those both hit today. TP2 was, I forgot what I just said, the lower number was, but again, it goes down. So we can just sit here and track this. I'm using Heikin-Ashi candles for those of you that don't know that these are what we call trend following candles. That's the trade. So then I'd come back in here. I'm going to do my standard logging thing. I'm going to put some notes on this so I know what time and date it was entered so I can track this and go put all this on my spreadsheet. So when you do decide to trade, right, when you do decide to trade, you need to track and measure every single thing you do or you're going to be completely lost. Right? Because every single thing, every item, every product, whatever you want to call it, whether it's an indice or a metal or Forex, or they all have a trend. They all sort of do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And if you can figure out what that over and over is, along with just some of the news that happens to come out, and sometimes the news will cause that over to start sooner than later, right? One of my favorites recently is the NAS 100, and it's got a really cool dance that it does, man. It's just like, you just got to figure out how to get into salmon swimming upstream and let them jump right into your bag, which is I use a lot of fishing analogies. Anyway, I love you, appreciate you. If for some reason the crazy idea comes, man, I want to learn how to trade, get with me, and I'm gonna talk about the good and the bad and the ugly, because not every trade is a win. I lose some as well. Like this morning, I pushed a sell button on something. I don't know if I was walking with my phone open or something and hit a button, and I look down, I'm like, why did I hit that trade? And I think it's because I picked my phone up and had an open execution screen and bumped it, and it started running, and that's never fun to do, right? Wasn't the end of the world because it didn't blow my account out or anything, but I closed it, and it still ended up with a positive day overall. So sometimes you just do weird stuff when you're rushing. So another thing, pay attention to detail when you're trading. Practice, 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 practice. Don't have such a big ego that you think that you're going to learn, get in and enroll in an academy in 2 weeks and think you're going to be up to a level of somebody that's been doing this 2 or 3 or 4 years. That's almost disrespectful to think that you're that good, right? Because you're not. And I know that might have hurt somebody, but you're not that good. Unless you're a super genius. If you're a super genius, you probably need to go out and figure out the cure for cancer and the world economic crisis is going on right now, right? Come up with a different plan. But if you're learning how to trade, give yourself grace. Don't think that you're going to learn this in 2 weeks. You're not. You are not going to learn how to trade in 2 weeks. You can learn how to copy trades in like 24 hours. You can learn how to do that, but you're not going to learn how to trade, because if the copy trades go away, you're lost, right? You're not going to have a clue, right? So you still have to learn the basics in trading. You still have to learn this stuff. And I challenge you, and I made a commitment. I don't know what's going on. Excuse me, computer. I've made a commitment to help at least another. I've got currently have 18 people I'm working with right now. I'm looking to add another 22 to that, to work with, to personally help you grow the confidence of every time you sit down and trade, whether it's 2 times a day, 3 times a day, once a week, whatever, every time you sit down and trade, that you'll have the confidence to earn $500 every time you trade. And that might take a while, but I've committed an entire year to that. So all the way up through March of next year, I'm going to be showing up 3 times a week to help you do that, along with helping you get through all the classes and everything you need to do to make sure that whoever decides to come on and jump into this community and do the bandwagon, that I can help you get to that $500 every time you sit down and trade. And yes, every time I sit down and trade, I do that. I'm just going to leave it right there. Right. So I love you. I appreciate you. Jesus loves you. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. I'm on a mission, have no more empty refrigerators, and help you make a lot of money. And P.S., if you'd like to join me on men's Bible study tonight, just reach out, send me a text message, and I'll get you the details on it. Every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, men's Bible study. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.